brands are adopting crafts and crafts values because there is a need to upgrade the authenticity of the products that we're consuming, to have a narrative behind the product, to discover why it was made, what's its purpose, who's making it, what the maker has gone through.
I first started working with Fendi in 2009 in a show in Milan called Craft Punk. Fendi is, one of the most famous luxury fashion houses in the world, and their craft is in their DNA. They started out as a Roman leather goods manufacturer. So craft is very much at the heart of what they do. And I think they found my perhaps more irreverent approach and more unique approach very interesting. So for them that was of great value, I think, seeing another way of working with the material they use every day. The craft I'm using is an old medieval armour-making process called cuir, which roughly translates as boiled leather, and leather is literally cooked in water, and when it dries it becomes irreversibly hard, almost like a plastic or a timber, and it was used to make armour and buckets and hats and all sorts of things in the sort of medieval period. Crafts in the Middle Ages were really the bread and butter means of making things. It wasn't really about luxury when they were first used, it was really about necessity. But it happened to be leather that was the material of choice. Leather was the miracle material of its day. It's only more recently, I think, that crafts have taken on this sort of real sort of luxury, these luxury references. I'm really interested in what crafts or the crafts can bring to sort of contemporary industrial design. So as part of that, I'm sort of setting up a little factory called Factory 1.0 in South Bermondsey. One of the ways I've used, the crafts process of boiling the leather has sort of been as a vehicle to explore other issues, I suppose. Ideas of consumption or mass production, how we make things, how things are distributed. I don't feel the weight of tradition and history on my shoulders, perhaps, that binds me to doing things in a certain way. I think I can approach it with a bit more freedom, and I think that maybe allows me to have a slightly different way a slightly different way of using, old processes. People are beginning to realise there's value to be had in where things come from and how they're reared or how they're made, and it's creeping into fashion, and I think before long it will happen in many more sort of parts of kind of consumer life.